Hello everyone, I'm going to explain memory organization of 8051 microcontroller. So 8051 memory is divided into program memory and data memory. So here a brief diagram is shown out here and you can see that the memory of 8051 is divided into program memory and data memory. Program memory, that means this. Program memory of 8051 is used for storing program to be executed, that is instructions. That means this memory, which is 4 kilobyte of ROM, is used for storing instructions. The data memory, on the other hand, is used for storing temporary variable data and intermediate result. So it also has data memory, that is on chip RAM, and it is a 128 byte on chip RAM available in 8051 microcontroller, which is used for storing the data temporarily, or it is also used to store intermediate results. If internal memory is inadequate, that means if it is not sufficient, you can add external memory using suitable circuit. Now let's see how to add external memory. Now program memory of 8051 microcontroller. Sorry. You can see that here there is internal memory. That means this is on-chip memory available in the architecture of 8051 microcontroller. It is 4 kilobytes internal memory whose address varies from 0000 to 0FFF. And if you want to add external memory in 8051 microcontroller, then its addresses will vary from 1000 to FFFF. That means immediately after this, the next address will be allocated to external program memory. The original 8051 microcontroller by Intel has 4 kilobyte of internal ROM, that is 4 kilobyte of internal ROM. And in case of 4 kilobyte of internal ROM, the address space is 0000 to 0FFF. And if the address space of this ROM is not sufficient, then processor or controller will automatically fetch the code from external program memory, that means from this memory. For this, the external access pin, that means this EA pin, which is a pin available in 8051 microcontroller. For this, the external access pin, that is EA pin, must be pulled high. That means here you should connect plus 5 volt to EA pin of 8051 microcontroller. When EA pin is high, the CPU first fetches instruction from internal program memory. That means initially your program will be stored in this memory, like this instructions in this memory as well as in this memory. So initially it will start fetching instructions from internal ROM, and as soon as it completes 0FFFF address, from the next address it will start fetching instructions from external program memory. There is another way to fetch the instructions. That means let's take an situation in which you don't want to use internal program memory. Ignore the internal ROM and fetch all instructions only from external program memory. That means use complete external program memory. Don't store anything in internal program memory and store all program instructions in external program memory. In that case, its addresses will vary from 0000 to FFFF. In that situation, if you want to use complete memory as an external program memory, in that case, EA bar pin of 8051 microcontroller should be at ground. That means it should be at logic 0. So what we learn from these two slides, that means if you want to use combination of internal ROM and external ROM, then EA bar should be connected to plus 5 volt. And if you want to use only external program memory, that means program is stored completely in external program memory. That is also possible when you are not interested to use internal program memory. In that situation, EA bar should be connected to 0. Now let's talk about data memory, that is RAM of 8051 microcontroller. The data memory or RAM of 8051 microcontroller stores temporary data and intermediate result. That means data memory or RAM is used for storing temporary data or it is used to store intermediate results. Original Intel's 8051 microcontroller had only 128 byte of internal RAM. That means in the beginning, the original Intel's 8051 had only 128 byte of internal RAM, but in modern 8051 microcontroller have 256 bytes of RAM. So here the structure of RAM is shown. We'll see one by one. Let's start with this. In this 128 bytes, that means we know that in 8051 microcontroller, in original 8051 microcontroller, there is 128 bytes of internal RAM. This 128 byte of memory addresses from 00 to 7F. So you can see here, this is complete internal RAM 128 byte whose address varies from 00 to 7F. So 00 to 7F, if you count, then it will become 128. It consists of working registers organized as register bank. So how it consists of? It consists of working register. Here you can see these are working registers, but these working registers are consist of 4 register banks, that is bank 0, bank 1, bank 2 and bank 3. It consists of bit addressable area. That means above these register banks there is bit addressable area. So there are 16 registers. There are 16 registers in bit addressable area, and here in register banks there are 32 bytes. 32 bytes means there are 32 registers. It is a stack of 32 registers in working registers. That means which is divided into bank 0, 1, 2 and 3. Above that there are 16 registers again stacked, which is bit addressable registers, and above that there is general purpose RAM. So there are 80 registers. In this there are 80 registers. So here there are 32 registers, these are 16 registers and these are 80 registers. Together gives us 128 bytes or 128 registers. From 00 to 7F, that means from this 00 to 7M, that means in total area, the first 32 byte, that means this first 32 bytes whose addresses varies from 00 to 1F, this 00 to 1F, this area. From 00 to 7F, the first 32 byte, that is a memory from addresses 00 to 1F consists of 32 working registers. So there are total 32 working registers. These registers are organized as 4 register banks with 8 registers in each bank. So these 32 registers are divided into 4 register banks, that is bank 0, bank 1, bank 2 and bank 3. And in each register bank there are 8 registers. In each register bank there are 8 registers, that is from R0 to R7. So similarly in bank 1 also there are 8 register, in bank 2 also there are 8 register, and in bank 3 also there are 8 registers. So registers are organized as, that means these 32 registers are divided into 4 register banks. In each register bank there are 8 registers whose names are from R0 to R7. Each register can be addressed in 2 ways, either by name or by address. Now you can now you know that if you consider bank 0, so there are 8 registers from R0 to R7. So you can access this register, that means you can sorry, you can use their names, like R0, R1, R4, R6, or you can access them by their addresses. So what are the addresses? You can see here R0 has address 00, R1 has address 01, then 02, and like this, and R7 has address 07. So you can access the registers by name. If you want to access these registers by name, for this corresponding bank must be selected. Because in bank 1 also there are 8 registers from R0 to R7. In bank 2 also there are registers from R0 to R7. So how to identify if I say R5, whether it belongs to bank 0 or bank 2? So for that purpose, that means if you want to access them by register names, then first you have to select register bank. First you have to select register bank. You can access the register by name. For this, corresponding bank must be selected. But now how to select this register bank? So in order to select register bank, we have to use RS0 and RS1 bits of program status word. That means in the flag bits, we have already studied program status word. There are two bits, that is RS0 and RS1. If both the bits are 0, 0, it will select bank 0. If it is 0, 1, it will select bank 1. For 1, 0, it selects bank 2. And for 1, 1, it selects bank 3. That means if you want to use register names, for that purpose, first you should select these register banks. And how to select these register banks? By using RS0 and RS1 bits of processor status word. You can access the register using its address. That means you can also access this register by using these addresses. You can see 1F. I say if I write 1F, 1F means R7 register of bank 3. Or if I say 00, 00 means R0 register of bank 0 directly. If I say 08, 08 means 08 indicates R0 register of bank 1. If I say 17, 17 means R7 registers, R7 register of bank 2. So you can access the register using its address. For example, if you want to access R2, this R2 of bank 2, then its address is 12H. So by using addresses also you can access this register. Now after these register banks, that means after these 32 bytes, what is next? The next is bit addressable area. The next 16 bytes of RAM. So how many bytes are there? So there are 16 bytes. The address varies from 20 to 2F. 20 to 2F means there are total 16 bytes. That means it is stack of 16 registers. So address varies from 20 to 2F. There are total 16 bytes, which is bit addressable register, which is known as bit addressable register. So what is meaning of bit addressable register? There are total 128 bits. So if you take an example of this bit addressable registers, there are total 128 bits. How 128 bits? Because there are 16 registers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 16. Every register has 8 bits. Every register has 8 bits. So total, if you count, there are 128 bits and every bit has its own individual address. There are total 128 bits that can be addressed individually using 00 to 7F. So their addresses will also vary from 00 to 7F because there are 128 bits. That means if you consider this first bit of first register, first bit of first register will have address 00. So this bit, second bit of first register will have address 01 like this. This will have address 10 and so on. So if you consider the last bit of last register, its address will come out 7F, because if you want to address 128 bits, you need addresses from 00 to 7F. So there are total 128 bits that can be addressed individually. You can have access each bit of this register because every bit has its own independent address. The entire byte can be addressed by using this 22F. That means if you want to access this entire register like this, the entire register, so entire register can be accessed by using these addresses 22F. That means 20 to 2F. So 20 is address of this register. So 21 will be address of this register. Next register address will be 21 and so on. So if you want to access the register, so addresses are there. If you want to access a particular bit of a particular register, then also it has its unique address. Let's consider this bit. This bit is this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth bit of third register. This is fourth bit of third register and its address is 13. 13. All addresses are in hexadecimal. So this address, this particular area is known as bit addressable register. There are total 16 register. In 16 register there are 128 bits and every bit has its own independent address and you can access every bit by its address. Above this is general purpose RAM, the final 80 bits, 80 bytes. So how many bytes are there in this area? There are total 80 bytes. 80 bytes means it is a stack of 80 registers. So the final 80 bytes of internal RAM, that is address from 30 to 7F. So addresses varies from 30 to 7F. So there are total 80 such registers and its addresses varies from 30 to 7F. It is a general purpose RAM area which are byte addressable. So this is not a bit addressable area, but it is byte addressable area. That means every register, suppose this byte, first byte has address 30. So next byte will have address 31. Then next will have 32 and so on. And last byte of this will have address 7F. So these are byte addressable areas. So what we have seen, these lower 128 byte of RAM can be addressed directly or indirectly. The upper 128 byte, that means as I said in the modern 8051 there is 256 bytes of internal RAM. So in next to 128 byte RAM, the addresses varies from 80 to FF because after 7F, 7F was the last address of 128 byte of internal RAM. So what comes after 7F? So it comes 80. So upper 128 byte of RAM, that is memory addresses from 80 to FF. So here the addresses is from 80 to FF is allocated for special function registers. So there are special function registers. Special function registers control specific functions. Special function register, as name suggests, every special function register has unique function and that functions are there to control 8051 activities. Some of the special function registers are input output port register like P0, P1, P2, P3. There is interrupt enable register, i.e. PCON power control register is there, SCON serial control register is there, SBUF serial buffer register is there, TMOD timer mode control register is there. So we are going to learn all these special function registers in coming videos. So it was all about memory organization of 8051 microcontroller. I hope you understood how it is organized. Still, if you have any doubt, you please ask in the comment section. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.